Right on. Here we have a 2009 Subaru Outback camper build. I'm going to show you what we got. The body's in good shape. Drivetrain's in good shape. It's treated me well. It's ready to treat somebody else well. It's been a fun build here. Pop the hood here, show you the engine. And then we'll get into the cab. Standard 4-cylinder boxer. Running strong. She's off now. Keys 3/4. So the coolant fan is on. New battery. Haven't had any issues. Alright, I'll take you inside. So right here we got the sheepskin captain's seat right there. Little elbow pads. Odometer reads 143. AC works, heater works, seat heaters work. Got the Bluetooth going. It's got a cassette player too, if you got those. Interior's doing real nice. And then right here we've got a dash cam with the rear view. Okay. And then the whole back here is the camper. We'll get into. We got an outlet right here for when you're working. Start from the front and make my way to the back. Set this up so that you can work remote. You got Wi-Fi on a phone or a Wi-Fi hotspot set up. You can pull this desk out. It just slides back here, and actually affix it to the steering wheel like so. Got a little lever right here, pull this up. Got a pretty big sized desk, so it needs a little extra support. That flips up there. Okay, so here you are. Just prop that on the steering wheel, and you've got a full, good-sized desk in a pretty cool home office, I'd say. There's a little level there so you know where you're at. I also got a level here so you know where you're at when you park to camp for the night. So, get out and show you from afar how that works. Pretty neat, pretty slick. I've done a lot of homework on this. Put a laptop right here, put my textbook over there. Works pretty good. And then take the keys out for a second. Show you the rest of the home office. Okay, so right here I got a little cabinet, a locking cabinet. See if I can find my right key. But when I built this, I wanted to have not just a locking glove box, but a locking cabinet to store a laptop, important papers in in case somebody tried to smash the window and get in here and steal everything. So you can fit 13-inch MacBook in there, some papers, a binder with anything important, and it does lock. So that's kind of nice. And then right here I'll show you the garage. So that goes all the way through. You could fit quite a bit in there. And it's kind of nice to have a little extra storage. Move this here forward. This sheepskin's super nice too. You pull that off, got a leather seat cover underneath it on both sides. Leather seat cover. Right here, got a couple of large size canteen holders. You could put a big swig or big gulp or something in there. I got the tank, the canteen. Okay. And then we'll move on to the back, where the action is. Well, first I'll show you this fancy setup here. This is the water tank for the kitchen. I believe it stores somewhere around 15-20 gallons. Filled it up before driving out here from Salt Lake. Just fills up with a regular garden hose right here. I fill up at gas station, get some clean water. The hose fixture that I have, the hooks on there, has a little filter on it. So it filters it as it goes in, just like an RV. And that comes with the car. So fill that up. It's fixed on here with these wood brackets, steel brackets. And of course, at the moment, got a ski rack on here. Works pretty slick. You can fit 2 or 3 sets of skis on there. And then this solar panel feeds the battery, which I'll show you in a minute, that powers the refrigerator, and also powers a heat cable that feeds into the back of the water tank here that prevents this from freezing in the winter. So when that thing's full of water, you got it plugged into the battery, you're up at the ski resort, somewhere cold, it will not freeze. The water fixture here is pretty slick too, got a pressure gauge. This I pressurize, which I'll explain in just a minute. And what else we got up here is a big skybox. The long skinny type that you can fit a set of skis in if you're afraid of somebody stealing them off the rack, or maybe you've got skis full on that side, you want to put them in there, whatever. This is where things get real exciting. So here's the kitchen. First I'll show you the fridge. You got to put the phone down though for a minute, so I'll be right back. First I'll show you how this fixture works. So we've got these locking, sliding drawer sliders. Press those down and it'll open up, and you can just pull it right out. It'll lock in place so it doesn't go anywhere. And this was the biggest fridge I could fit in this space. It's pretty tight, but it's kind of nice. This side has the freezer. It's running right now. It'll keep ice cream in there, feed produce and meats. Can fit quite a bit. Couple weeks worth of food in there for when you're going out climbing or on an adventure somewhere. And then to close that, just press down on those. That locks in place. Not going anywhere while you're driving. Right here is the emergency extinguisher there. in case you get a fire going and it's too big. I'll show you now the rest of the kitchen, which includes the garage. So right here, this is the bed. We'll get to that in a minute, but the garage, you just open that up, and then you got to open this drawer, pull that out, and then here we are to where the spare tire used to be. I never use a spare tire. I pretty much always have service or just take the risk and have a tire hole repair kit with me. But I'm sure you could have fixed some kind of a spare tire back here if you really wanted somehow. I just haven't felt it necessary. So this is where I keep the water filter and hose, and this is also the air pump to compress the water tank right there. It just plugs in here. Pretty slick, works great. Next, we've got the propane stove. So this is a small Ignic, I don't know, like 1.5 gallon tank. Fits under here. I've got an emergency release drain so that any extra pressure and gas that comes out, when the car heats up, it'll go right out, hole down there, to vent outside. I used to be a CNG inspector and wanted to make sure that this was done very well and made very safe. It is secured with a camming system and it's very solid, not going anywhere. I keep tools, W40, random things in here. A hitch also. This does come with a hitch, which is kind of nice. It's been quite the rig, to be honest. So we'll close that up just so you see how the stove works. I'll show you in just a sec. Open this up. Okay, now here we can see the kitchen in its full glory. First, pulled out the fridge, which when this is open, comes out to about here. And here on the far right, we've got pantry, very deep, fit a lot of food, plates, pots, silverware, random things in there. This is the sink. That just opens up there. Got a little cutting board right here. You can cut your food. Pretty standard steel sink there. And then this is a big old propane stove I got set up. Back here there's a little leveler so you can see where you're at for the stove. You want to be cooking level, everything's level. Okay, now I'll show you the sink. It's pretty neat. So I got it all pressurized. Gonna grab this hose here, hook it in underneath, open that up. Okay, and then attach it to our water tank. Okay, here we are. Everything is closed, system's closed. Now we're good to release. Now that's filled with water. We'll open this up. And here we are. Running water. Plug that up. Pretty slick, huh? So after you're done cooking, you can have a nice convenient sink there to clean all your pots and whatnot. We'll turn it off for now. And grab our lighter here, show you just how this stove works. So I had previously opened up the propane valve. That normally is closed, but you'd want to open that up, make sure this is closed first. Now we're ready to go. So I'll slowly open this just like a regular stove. You can hear it filling with gas. Not too much. we go. Always long, beautiful. And there we are. Control that pretty low, or we can get pretty big. You want to be very careful with this flame, but it does have plenty of space around it with the heat guard. Space under here. Keep it lit small. Throw a cast iron on there, cook some bacon, whatever you'd like, and it's quite safe. So there you are. You got your stove, you got your fridge, you got your sink, and I'll just go ahead and fill that all the way up to show you how it drains, because that feature is pretty neat. Close this. Now I've got a whole working area. I saw some tents on online, some hatchback tents that look pretty neat. You throw the tent over the top of this and it turns into a bit of a canopy. You put a couple legs down. I think that would be definitely the cherry on top of this setup, but for now it's pretty slick. So this sink, when it's all the way full, I'll show you how this works. The drain actually, a little twisted up down there, but so that's filling with a little bit of water. But the drain actually goes underneath the drawer here, goes into the garage as we called it, then actually comes out underneath the vehicle right about there, where the gas vent is as well. So when you do drain the sink, you're not getting your feet dirty. Everything's nice and clean. The wastewater is going to drain out right about there. So sometimes it's kind of nice to park the vehicle slightly with the nose down, but if not, it's not too big a deal. All right, so that's pretty full. We'll stop that. Okay, we had it plugged, so washed our dishes. We'll just go ahead and unplug her. And then I'm gonna turn this off because we're done cooking. And there you have it. Draining out the bottom there. Staying clear. You can hear the refrigerator running. And there it is. Okay, pretty sweet. This right here I use for clothes, gear, random items. I'd keep pots and pans in here just so I could put more food and whatnot in there. These are the window covers for the front. They Velcro on in there, so you can close it all up and it's insulated from the heat or the cold and totally closed off. Everything in here completely sealed. And in the winter time, attach a small heater right here and keep this thing pretty warm and cozy. Okay, so here's that. Now we'll check out the battery and then the bed. So here's the battery setup. This is a portable Hepway power station. You can charge it off of the cigarette lighter. You can charge it off of a regular wall outlet, or plug it into the solar panel, which I've got right here, and that runs outside up to the top. And you can plug all sorts of things in here, but I got this splitter to plug into that, and then that also powers the refrigerator. Okay, move this seat. So I'm gonna move this desk so we can check out the bed. I'm pretty tall, relative to most, 6'4", so I wanted a real long, tall bed. So with the seat forward, like so. Got a little origami set up. This just comes undone, pulls out there. This opens up here. Fold that down. You've got a 6 foot, 8 inch bed here. Lots of space for a single person. Very comfortable. Cut this all in to fit the shape of the vehicle and make it as comfortable and aesthetic as possible. There's a wood floor. It's bolted down, secured to the anchor points of the Subaru. That goes all the way back. I'm sure you could stuff some other things in there, but that's all I got for now. Okay, and then keep a snow scraper back here. This is also kind of like the garage a little bit. And then I keep a brush back here for when this gets a little dirty, just brush it off. It's kind of nice. And then, like I said, everything's all insulated. After you know, a day of cooking, everything else, you close everything up. You crawl in the back there, and then this rope makes it super easy. You just close yourself on in. Good night. So, garage 2.0 on the other side opens up as well. That goes all the way through. I showed you that just a minute ago. Tires are in good shape. I've really enjoyed this thing for climbing adventures. I've only had it about 3.5 years, but it's been quite the rig. So I'm moving, ready to move on, and this thing's got a lot of life left in it. A lot of miles, a lot of time for adventures. If you're a climber, if you're a skier, if you're into biking, put a bike rack on the top there. Oh, I forgot to show you this. I got a little roll top bag here that I fixed a couple nails. Open that up, and you've got yourself the garbage. So while you're cooking, cutting, you just throw everything in there, wrap it up, close it up. It's sealed off. Nothing nasty gets out of there. Just stuff it in the back. For a small, ultralight setup, you couldn't ask for more.